Alright, here we go. So, Algebra 1, Chapter 12, review. Number 1, find the mean of the data set above, rounded to the nearest hundredth. So the first thing I do if I have a data set, if I'm looking for mean, median, and mode, it can never hurt to put those in order first. So that's the first thing I do. Took the liberty to do that off camera, so there it is. Please excuse the audio if it's having issues. I'm sorry about that. Figure that out. Now, to find the mean, that's where we add them all up. And that gives us a total of 383. And divide by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many are in the set? And that is 47.875, which rounds to 47.88. Number 2, find the median. The median is the middle number. So we would go and find that middle number. Since this is a set of 8, that means we have 4 here, 4 there. There is no middle number, so we take the two middle numbers and find the average of those two. That's 43 plus 43 divided by 2 is 43. So the median is 43. And the mode, the only number that repeats in this set of data, is also 43. So this is the mode as well as the median. Number 4, find the mean absolute deviation. Mean absolute deviation. That's your cue that this is using the absolute value. So number 4, remember time-saving strategies I showed you. 3, 9, 4, 8, 6. First thing you do is you find the mean of these. That gives you a total of 30. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers here, so we're going to divide that by 5, and that gives you a mean of 6. Now, I'm going to go and figure out what's the difference to 6 on all of these. The difference here is 3, 3, 2, 2, and 0. That's the difference between all of these. I'm going to add these up. And again, divide by how many there are. This added up. 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 2 is 8, plus 2 is 10. Divided by 5. And that gives me 2. So the mean absolute deviation is 2. Number 5, the variance. Number 5, find the variance of the set. So we have 17, 10, 11, and 14. Again, the first step is going to be find the mean. Add these up, and that gives you 52. Divide by how many are in the set, and that's divided by 4. That gives you the mean, that's 13. And then we do the same thing. We find the difference. So the difference to 13 is 4, to 10 is 3, to 11 is 2, and to 14 is 1. Now for the variance, we are going to square these values. So 4 squared is 16, 3 squared is 9, 2 squared is 4, 1 squared is 1. Add those together, and that gives you 30 here. Divide by how many we have. Divided by 4 is 7.5. Okay, so the variance is 7.5. You could also say the variance is 30 over 4. Now, in order to find the standard deviation of the same data set, all I have to do is take the variance and find the square root of it. So 7.5, square root of 7.5 is approximately 2.74. And that is the standard deviation. Number 7, this is using the fundamental counting principle. So we have 3 times 6 times 4, and that is 72. Number 8, in how many ways can the first 5 places be decided from 12 players? First 5 places, first place, second, third, fourth, fifth. Order matters. It's a permutation. 12 and 5. 12 goes on top. Factorial over 12 minus 5 in parentheses factorial. Subtract that and we get 7 factorial. And remember, you can cancel out everything up to this value. So we're going to be left with 12 times 11 times 10 times 9 times 8. Everything after that would be the factorial of 7. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So factorial of 7, and since that's also in the denominator, we can cancel these two out. So that's 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. And that comes to a grand total of 95,040. Number 9. How many groups of CDs can be chosen from 10 different CDs? Groups are not in an order, so this is a combination. So in a combination, we set it up the same way. We've got 10 and 5. However, in the denominator, 10 minus 5 factorial, we have to include this smaller number. Alright, so same thing here. Remember to simplify. Time-saving strategies. 10 factorial is 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 times 6. And now 5 factorial can be canceled out. So we're left with one of the 5 factorials. This is 5 factorial, as is this. So we're left, we've canceled one of them out, we're left with 5, 4, 2, 1. Now simplify. 3 and 2 and 6 can be simplified. 4 and 8 can be simplified. Leaves me with 2 there, 1 here, and 5 and 10 can be simplified. 2 there, 1 here. So we've got 2, 9, 2, and 7. 2 times 9 times 2 times 7 is 252. Remember, you could also multiply this out and then divide by the total that you got on the bottom. Number 10. How many different ways can 4 rows be selected from 50 rows? How many different ways? There is no particular order. This is a combination. So 50 and 4. And that is 50 factorial over 50 minus 4 factorial times 4 factorial. So I have everything up to 46 factorial that can be canceled out, because this right here gives me 46, so I can cancel these out. I still have to write out this 4 factorial. Now you can simplify, which is my preference, but you don't have to. If you don't want to simplify, you can divide. You can multiply both sides and divide. Either way, one way or another, you get 230,300. Number 11. Science class will choose 5 out of 16 science projects. And how many different projects could be selected? This is a combination, because order doesn't matter how they pick this. So combination of 16 and 5. I'm going to write this out there and let you figure out how it works. You can cancel out the 11 factorial we get from this, and then the 5 factorial here. You could still simplify 4 times 3 and 12, simplify those, and so on. Work it out, you get 4,368. Alright, so make sure you're not counting the question numbers. Alright, we have 16, 9, and 15. That adds up to 40. That's the total, and then we have a black sock keyword replacing it here. So the second time we still have 40. And then a blue sock. Black sock, there are 16. And blue socks, there are 9. That gives us, after we've simplified, well, gives us 144 over 1600. Simplify that down to 9 over 100, or approximately, no, exactly 9%. Randomly selecting a blue or brown sock. Again, out of 40, we're adding this time. Blue, we have 9 socks, and brown, we have 15. So there's a total of 24 out of 40. Remember to simplify your fractions. That is 3/5 or 60%. Exactly 2 stores. A customer has visited exactly 2 stores. That's right here. That's 34. Tally these up. That gives you 280. So that's 34 out of 280. Simplify. That gives you 17 out of 140. And that is a grand total of 12%. For number 15, we are looking for fewer than 4 stores, so that's all of these right here. So add all these up. That gives you 176 out of our grand total of 280. And that is, simplify, 22 over 35. And that is approximately 63%. All right, 16, biased. A is biased. That is a convenience sample. 17, they test every 10th laptop. That is a systematic sample. The mean absolute deviation. 26593, add them up, you get 25. And then divided by 5, you get a mean of 5. Now we find the difference to 5. That's 3, 1, 0, 4, 2. All right, add these up, and you get 10. Divide that by how many there are, by 5, and we get 2. 19, standard deviation. All right, add up the numbers, and you get 36. Divided by 4 gives us a mean of 9. And then we find the difference to 9. So that's 2, 1, 2, and 1. Remember, we have to square these for standard deviation. So 4, 1, 4, 1. Add those up. That gives you 10 divided by 4. Can be simplified to 5 divided by 2. Now, we are looking for the standard deviation. This is the variance. Careful. Now we have to find the square root of that variance. So don't get tricked into thinking it's this option. Okay, I've pretty much run out of time for this video, so I have shown my work on this page. You can pause it and look that up. Remember, whether order is important, that's a permutation, or there's no particular order, combination. Not mutually exclusive means both can happen at the same time. The final problem is if it's replaced or not replaced. If it is replaced, those are independent events. If it is not replaced, those are dependent events. All right, that's all.